Is tech cooked in 2025? Let's find out.
So you know that meme that like tech is cooked, that Frank New cooked computer science, and all computer science majors are going to end up homeless and unemployed? Well, they're actually not wrong. These kids aren't stupid. They're actually onto something. A lot of people are just in complete denial about it. But the thing is, I don't think it goes as far as like the meme takes it. Like, you aren't going to end up homeless. But tech jobs absolutely are going to look completely different from how they do today. So I'm a senior software engineer at a big tech company, and a ton of my friends at other big tech companies and I all fully believe that our jobs, while they might not be obsolete, are going to look completely different in 5 to 10 years. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, at least right now at most big tech companies, your job doesn't look that different, except you might have the assistance of Microsoft Copilot, ChatGPT, Claude, all these LLMs to help you write your code, help you write your tests, help you generate your PRDs, things like that. But if you're ever hacking on the side, if you're ever building things out with your friends, building things on your own, just building things at night and on weekends, you're probably using some more advanced AI tools. We're talking about tools like Cursor, Claude 3.7. And what you'll realize is these tools have gotten really, really, really damn good. And this is just the coding side of things. Right. Other startups, I'm kind of involved in the AI startup scene. I have some friends building some AI startups out right now. Other startups are helping you basically replace product managers' jobs as well. They're helping regular old software engineers really refine their product thinking. They're helping engineering leaders really refine their product thinking. Yep. And you're not just going to hand off a spec sheet to some software engineers, in front of you or in India or in China anymore. What you're going to do is feed it to Claude 3.7. You're going to feed it to Cursor. You're going to feed it to all these other LLMs. Yep. And they're effectively going to build out things for you. So this doesn't make software engineers obsolete, but I do think the world where you need thousands of highly paid software engineers who make 400 to 500K a year the way I have for most of my career, I think that world is going to start to disappear. Yep. I think what's going to happen is the computer science grads who are going to make the most money, they're going to be the ones who were able to pinpoint a problem in society that needed a solution, that needed some sort of software solution. They build it, and they build it really dang fast because of Cursor, Claude, all these AI tools. And they build the right thing because they're able to iterate on their ideas so much more quickly, and then they're able to out-distribute their competitors. What do I mean by out-distribute? Out-market, outsell, sell faster. And this is one of the reasons why, despite making a ton of money in my software engineering career and making plenty of money from real estate and having plenty of money thanks to my grandparents, I will never give up on content creation. At the end of the day, I totally understand why Elon Musk bought Twitter. When you own social media, or when you have a social media platform of your own, you own distribution. You aren't really at the whim of anybody else except for the platform that you're on. So if you have this ability to build things as quickly as possible and then out-distribute your competitors because you just have an audience that's kind of captive and already likes listening to everything you have to say and everything you have to sell, you're kind of unstoppable in this future. And I actually think this is kind of freeing. I think it's a lot more freeing than being tied to the golden handcuffs of the RSU package at any one particular big tech company. So yeah, tech is cooked, at least big tech the way we know it today. I think it will be cooked 10 to 15 years from now. Absolutely. But the people who are already there, you have the skills that you need. And the people who are able to break in and get these internships kind of learn the baseline skills, you also have the skills that you need. And current computer science students, that doesn't mean you're cooked. It just means your job is going to look different. It's going to look a lot more different in the next 10 years than it did over the last 10. Just follow and ask questions and I'll answer some more.
Honestly, I mean, just after seeing all of that and just hearing this man speak the way he's speaking, all he's trying to say is that it's just less work in terms of the coding aspect for the engineer, right? It's just less coding. And I mean, it makes sense to not have a floor where you have many engineers or developers when a machine could do their job, if not better, right? Instead of having a senior software developer or engineer manage a bunch of junior entry-level software engineers and have to basically baby them and watch what they're doing, kind of correct them. A machine can do it, right? I think most companies are going to, choose the option of having that senior engineer, and he or she just uses a machine instead of having 1,000 people. I mean, listen, I keep saying this to people. Employees are the most expensive expense at a company. All right, I'll say it one more time. Employees are the most expensive expense in a corporation. I know this because I have a small business. I have employees, and it costs a lot of money to hire help. It's not cheap. It's why when it's time to make cuts at a job, when it's time to figure out what can they save on, the first thing that has to go is the most expensive thing, and guess what? That's the employee. You cost a lot of money. So I cannot imagine a software engineer how much they cost. Thousands of them, or just one. It's not cheap. So a machine is going to be like more than half the cost, and a lot more accurate work will be performed faster for a fraction of the pay. I mean, it is cooked. It absolutely is cooked. Not for everybody, of course, not for all engineers, but for most of you, it's going to be very tough to get in, man. It's going to be really, really tough. Let's go to the next video.
The computer science job market is cooked, and that's a myth, guys. Don't get dissuaded by all these negative videos that are out there right now on TikTok saying that you shouldn't get into the software field and that the job market is cooked. It's a huge myth. I'm a software engineer. I've been doing this for about 10 years. I was laid off in 2023, so believe me, I know the pain. I know what that's like, and I'm going to give you guys some tips about how you can increase your chances of being hired and why you should keep your head up. The first thing to think about is back in 2018, 2019, the market for software engineers and data scientists was very unrealistic. Like, companies had an excess of cash and they were over hiring. So of course,
Right.
when economic conditions worsened with COVID, the first thing they did was lay off a bunch of those excessive hires. And so that makes it
Money.
more difficult to get a job now because there's a lot of people out there that are also trying to get jobs, and those are experienced people. I think people just expected, like, oh, I'm just going to get a CS degree and I'm going to walk into one of these big companies and make $150,000 a year. And that's not how it works.
Right.
It literally took me years to get one of those higher paying jobs. Like, it took me like 4 or 5 years after I graduated.
Like I said, you're looking for that kind of pay from a job, $150 a year. It's a lot of money, and they're not going to do that. They're not going to just pay that kind of money when they don't have to. Employees cost a lot of money. He just said it. You're looking for that kind of pay. Employees are not trying to spend that much money at all. They're trying to save as much as they can. And for you to ask for 6 figures and you're new to this, you're delusional.
This was in 2014. Like, guys, come on. Like, it's not going to, happen right away. You got to work hard.
Right.
I worked as a waiter and a manager at a restaurant. I had a side business where I was making websites for people. It took me a while to get there. My first tip is create a legal entity in whatever country you're in and give yourself the title software engineer. The faster that you can give yourself that title and put it on your resume, the faster that you're going to get looked at when you apply for jobs. Second is use that entity to go out there and start your own business. Go knock on businesses' doors, reach out to them, make their websites, even for free at first. What you're trying to get is experience, not necessarily money. And in the meantime, go get a part-time job somewhere to pay off your expenses. There's no way around it. That's what you're going to have to do.
It's going to be tough.
Make sure you're learning real-world skills that will actually help you during interviews, like learn how to make a mobile app, learn how to make a website, learn how to make a server on the cloud, things like that. 3, hit up your connections. My first job was through a friend. A friend of mine got a job at a company, and he knew me, and he knew I needed a job, and he hooked me up, right? And I interviewed, and I got the position. But you know what? The first thing they asked me when I interviewed and kind of got the opportunity, they're like, do you have a computer science degree? And I said, yes. And that was one of the main reasons they hired me. That's why having the degree is so important. 3, don't limit yourself to large companies. A lot of people graduating, they think that they're just going to get one of those big boy, high-paying jobs right walking out of college. Go work for a small company, medium-sized company.
True.
Maybe you're only making 50, 60K a year.
And don't ask for 6 figures. Don't do that.
Okay. But the most important thing is to have that experience on your resume. That was my case, by the way. I made that amount of money the first 3-4 years of my experience as a software engineer. And it was totally worth it. So guys, don't limit yourself by only aiming at those top companies. And that's what a lot of these new grads are doing. And that's a mistake, in my opinion. Anyway, those are some tips that I can give you.
Look, no one's trying to discourage you from doing this, right? That's just not the intent. It's really just helping you be aware of the current job market. It's going to be very, very tough to get in because of different, just everything, really. I mean, it's not just one factor. It's like multiple things, like he said. The overhiring is one factor. Hiring thousands of employees when they never needed you in the first place. That's one factor. Two, I would think it's because of AI. I mean, it's here. That is another fact that is why it's hard to find work, right? And three, it's a lot of money. Hiring you is costly, especially in today's world with tariffs and all these. Like, not much companies are making that much money to even pay you. And for someone to have the audacity to ask for 6 figures in this current climate as an engineer, entry level, delusional, man. Most of your jobs could be handled by a machine, especially front end. Front end web development could be done by a machine. It won't be perfect, but it could definitely create you an application. Facts, write you the code and everything. It's here, right? And most companies, again, they don't have the money to pay. I keep saying this because, especially for like a small company, they don't have much capital to. I mean, it's a startup. They're on a shoestring budget. What makes you think they can pay you 6 figures? They're much higher, not higher, but they much rather use a machine, and it doesn't require PTO, sick time. It's 24/7 working. So, just my opinion. Let me get out of here. But hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it made sense to you. My name is Ario D. Juice from JuicyTech.com. Feel free to check out our newsletter, which is on my website. I'll leave all my information in the box below this video. I'm on LinkedIn, IG, and TikTok. I post on those platforms daily. Feel free to reach out to me on those platforms if you wish to. But in the meantime, thanks for watching this video. Hope it was beneficial to you. Peace out.